Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's raining men, hallelujah. It's rain. James, why am I singing this song? All right, move over, ladies. Men are now going under the knife in droves, all to glow up. Here to talk about it is Julia Pugachevsky. She is the senior health reporter for Business Insider. Julia, thank you for joining us. I didn't realize I was going to be singing a song about getting wet, but there are men, more and more of them, that are going for these glow-ups. And we read in your article that you had wrote that men between 18 to 80 are getting treatments from hair restoration to filler and facelifts to breast reductions. Tell me about these procedures. Are they meeting specific aesthetic goals that these male patients are looking for?
Yeah, definitely. I think let's start with hair restoration. I think there's been a lot of advancements made in that field. So when men used to get hair plugs, which were a little bit riskier, could cause some scarring, you now have different therapies that can kind of stimulate hair growth for a more natural look. And, a lot of men have male pattern baldness. They want to, just change their look up a little bit. So that's a common one. What else? Yeah, filler can be used for so many different things, whether it's to kind of reduce signs of aging or even change the shape of the face to kind of look like you have a different jawline, for example. So yeah, there's just a continual growth of even different kinds of cosmetic procedures you can get.
Julia, a lot of times when I do interviews, I feel like you're speaking directly to me because this is a thing that guys are kind of somewhat of ashamed to, and I kind of address this. Do you remember back like in the 90s and 2000s, breast augmentation was never talked about, but now it's like, it's common. Do you think it's becoming more of a social acceptance kind of thing as far as, men getting hair plugs? I think of Jeremy Piven, first off. He was almost completely bald and now he looks like Ted Danson back in the day was bald and now he has this, great this great head of hair and that sort of thing. Is the stigma going away?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I did not know that about Ted Danson. That's
Yes.
fascinating. But yeah, I think so. I think cosmetic procedures have been on the rise in general among women and men. But yeah, I definitely think with that, in social media, you just hear more people talking about it.
Yeah.
So for sure, the stigma is going away. I also think the quality of the procedures has changed. So again, like with hair restoration or even filler, getting filler in your face isn't the same as going under the knife. So you recover more quickly. It's easy to get more subtle results. So I think it's easy to have a quiet glow up in that sense.
I like that idea. We found some great video of a dude that is going under the knife, and we had to speed it up a little bit, but you can watch the transformation happening here. You can see that it is a big deal to see these changes and that sort of thing, and it adds a lot too. I think men have always been under the thing where we grow on, we look. You become more distinguished and that sort of thing, and it's accepted. But more and more men are like, I don't want to look like that. I want to hold on a little bit to my youth. This guy right here obviously has a lot as the doctor's going through all this. Explain that concept that we're talking about when it comes to the quiet glow up. Okay, and then how the trend actually reflects changing attitudes towards, say, male grooming and even self-care.
Yeah, definitely. I've spoken to like a few plastic surgeons and cosmetic surgeons, and there is this trend of I live in New York, and a lot of clients are from New York, and you'll see men who are very wealthy. They work in on Wall Street, for example, and it matters to them too and how they look. So they'll maybe get an eye lift if they're older, or they'll get anything Botox. So they care just the same. Some of them are doing liposuction to kind of change the shape of their body a little bit more. So they really value how they look, as much as women do.
I agree. I think it's becoming more and more. We see it in Hollywood. We're seeing, especially when it comes to having hair. I mean, everything you talked about, I've considered, and I probably will do. This is interesting. Now, if you're at home and maybe you're on the fence and you're trying to find out more, you can check out Julia's her article if you head to thebusinessinsider.com, and you can find out more on men glow-ups as well. So maybe next time you see me, Julia, I'll get rid of this thing that's hanging down here, my little gerbil wobble thing. Thank you so much for joining us here. And again, you can check out this interview and more on our website, dailyflashshow.com.